Okay. Good evening, everyone. We are loading into the first race. A little bit late. I kind of had short notice to get the stream set up. Fhoons is currently not here, so I'll be solo casting this first race once we're loaded into that. Alright. Yeah. Allow me to get these synced up for everyone. They're not too bad actually. Alright. Barren Ruins. And we are looking at what seems to be an early top 2 for Rangers, who are playing as Crunch, which makes it much easier for us to keep track of who's who. A little bit of lag, but Mr. P is able to miss our live time, so now he has the chance here to kill Opim, who is without the Sacred Fire, but manages to land the TNT. And top 2 remains. I didn't notice another Crunch that actually sneaked past into first. You see Kirajet now in 3rd place. Three players here from VC stacked together in the middle spots. Ike is trying to roll a mask or something here in 6th place so he can break into this top pack. Meanwhile in the back we see I believe that's Pedro as the Coco, who's taking out the Crunch in 7th place. IK rolls the mask, so he's going to be able to potentially catch up to the members of VC. And triple missiles here is really strong item roll. He should be able to get Jet if he plays his cards right, but straight into the red beaker, which seemed to have just been placed down in front of him. And now an orb gets fired. Can't tell which team that came from, but if it came from Rangers, that would make sense because it seems to be very strong in their favor. Although, not until IK takes a Nitro. Looking at 1, 2, 5, 8 on behalf of Rangers. Mr. P holding an orb. Final lap. It's going to be difficult to time this. He's likely waiting for Pedro in front of him to roll an item so he can fire this. But in fact it looks like Pedro's slowing down to let him pass. And this time frame, it's probably not going to work out. And IK here, coming with mask, Mr. P's undefended holding that orb. But if he fires the orb here, which it doesn't hit him because it's unjuiced, so he ends up going down into 8th place. And a strong race 1 from Rangers. Somebody's filling out the spreadsheet for me.
Alright, I am here.
Very good, Mother. Welcome back, Fhoons.
Alright, so it seems we got through the first race already.
Yes, you've missed out on a an interesting Baron runes.
Alright, yeah, sorry about that. But now we're here. So, how did the first score look like? It seems Arabs won.
Plus
Yes.
11 for
Okay.
the Arabs.
Mm-hmm.
So, starting off hot. And this is an interesting match because within GSC we've been kind of playing a game where we're trying to get the most correct predictions in the league.
Yep.
And this one's kind of 50-50 because it really just depends on who's playing from either team.
Yeah, for sure. So thank God actually. Have to mention props for the both teams that they're actually playing same characters, so it's easier us to
Yeah.
actually commentate. But yeah, it looks like, considering that the first one was top 3, that this will be interesting match for sure. So we're going into Jungle Boogie. Oh boy. What can I say about Jungle Boogie? What can you say about Jungle Boogie? It's...
The fun track.
yeah. That was exactly what I was about to say.
Yeah, that's usually the first thing that comes to mind for most.
Yeah. But yeah, let's see what kind of tracks we have. I'm assuming... oh, we're actually going into the track, never mind. Alright. So,
I'm gonna quickly try and sync these again. Didn't really get a chance to in the first race. Okay.
Alright, we start off by Mr. P actually deciding to go wide.
We'll sync it up.
And the Crunch actually seemed to break away for free. It didn't seem like he was doing much. They actually have
But
top 4 at the moment. I didn't see if any masks were rolled. But never mind. Oh,
Yeah, this,
they're picking them off one by one. I think, I'm assuming the brown Coco is Aquino. Aquino was able to pick off 2 players, so they still have top 2 though. They have to catch up to these 2 players. It's Ryan and...
IK.
okay,
He's just lost his Sacred Fire. So the gap's not very big between him and the Coco behind.
We are also seeing... oh, the Crunch was able to pick off... was it... yeah.
Urajet.
Urajet, yeah. We're looking... oh, Aquino was able to actually get the 2nd place, but the other Crunch is right behind him right now. Oh, and also IK had hit the red beaker, so he's gonna fall far back. But it seems like Aquino was actually able to also get the other Crunch behind him, so Ryan has a pretty comfortable lead, but so does Aquino, has pretty comfortable second place right now.
Lifetime masking into 3rd place now, and he's got a shield, so pretty good position for him, but he's actually slowing down to get this hit on Pedro.
Which
He loses
didn't
his
get...
first shield, but he actually rolls the 2nd one.
yeah,
But he's not safe yet, so he needs to land this back spam, but he gets missile before he can fight back. And Jet's able to combo him.
oh, there's an orb.
An orb comes through. Jet dodges with iframes, but Pedro's hit on the shortcut, so...
and also Lifetime hitting that Nitro just before shortcut.
IK actually goes through, and he even stops here to missile Pedro. We'll see how that helps his team.
Well, isn't this win... oh, this is like one of these scores that I can't read until you tell me which one was
I think this is a win for...
yeah,
VC.
this is win for Arab. Wait, really? They have
No,
bottom 2.
The Arabs have bum too.
It's position glitched on Lifetime screen, sorry. Yeah, my bad actually, yeah. Yeah, this is win for VC for sure. Dude, they're kind of popping up right now. Jesus Christ. can't even keep up. They got top 4 at the very start, which obviously wasn't a very strong one, but track like Jungle Boogie having top 4 right away is extremely unlikely usually, in my opinion. I mean, it
Yeah.
can happen, obviously, everything can happen, but
It kind of
Would
just
it-
came down to the fact that VC didn't really roll any masks, and it seemed like all the Arabs just went fast in the beginning.
yeah, it seemed like if I'm not mistaken, Mr. P was in front, but he instead of decided to go for the shortcut and back spam, he decided to go wide for the possible escape from wide.
Yeah, but usually in that situation, you have to have at least one guy go tight, because if no one's going fast from your team, then they just have a free breakaway.
Yeah, that is very true.
Even
I would
though
always-
by going tight, you're kind of in a sacrificial spot, because
Yeah.
you're almost guaranteed to get hit.
Yeah, I think there should be always one or even two players going somewhat like one guy has to go extremely tight, but the second guy, he should kind of stay there in the like little wider line, so he doesn't get hit by his team back spam, but also being able to support if the guy going fast dies in their team. So I feel like going wide, as you just said, is kind of not something you want to do, to give them like free top 2 or top 3 even in some scenarios. But that being said, we're going into Slight Coliseum, and as much as I'm concerned, I think both of these teams aren't very pulse with heavy teams. So I'm not very aware whenever it comes to people knowledging pulse with. I'm pretty sure Petro can do it.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
Pedro and Mr. P should know it, and maybe Lifetime would know it. For the rest, not really sure.
I have to also mention that I have never seen this player ever before. The guy called Ope Mister, or how do you say his name? Never seen him before. So
I've seen him quite a lot. He plays with this group mostly. But yeah, these guys, they haven't really ventured that much like against like stronger opponents.
yeah,
So it's kind of hard to tell how they'll compare against a team like VC.
yeah.
But so far, guns blazing.
They've been
And
doing
it's-
quite well.
So it's an interesting lineup we've got today, because Lifetime's definitely the most experienced role player on the team. But also Ryan is a pretty competent front runner, so we should expect to see him scoring well.
Yeah, also not to mention that I feel like from the VC lineup, Aquino, Kuro, Jet, and Mr. P, they've been kind of rolling back to CTR slowly, but they haven't really played like as much as some of the other players here, so I'm excited to see how they actually perform, hoping the best, obviously. Oh, Lifetime was actually able to roll an engine. Let's see what he's able to do with that. Also, first place to IK Alist. How do you say his name? I'm sorry.
Yeah, he said just call him IK, so
Yeah. We also see the Lifetime actually got hit, I think.
his engine falls flat for whatever reason.
Yeah, but he was able to get a mask. Maybe he can get another engine. Doesn't seem so. We're seeing a top 2 again for the Arabs, and not gonna lie, this top 2 is something that has to be broken as fast as possible. It looks like Aquino is trying to pause it. It doesn't seem like very fast speed.
See a jet on engine. I don't think we'll see him go for Postwood.
Let's see.
Lifetime goes for Postwood himself.
He actually puts
Jet
the binds on,
mid-race switching the binds on.
but gets hit instantaneously right after.
Meanwhile,
unfortunately.
Lifetime collides on one player, loses a bit of speed, but he's got a tiny amount to have.
Yeah.
An orb on Jet. He's getting a juice here. Actually, no. He's avoiding the weapon. Maybe he's choosing to fire it unjuiced here, knowing that Mr. P isn't second. And
Yeah,
yep,
it is.
that seems to be the case.
Also, very weird decision from Lifetime to actually stay middle of a road there instead of trying to save the shield, because you can actually save the shield quite easily. By
Yeah,
just
this is one track where you don't really have to worry about an undisturb.
Yeah, yeah.
It's not like other tracks where like you can be in a corridor that you can't avoid it in.
Yeah, also like to mention that the top 2 was broke.
IK actually
also.
took an item here, so Mr. P is gonna kill him.
Yeah, they're actually able to now get top 2 for VC. Okay,
And Aquino
also
lands the
top
back
3.
bomb. And an orb comes out, and it seems to have done more damage to IK. Maybe they fight a bit too late.
Oh, IK was
Pulse
able
would
to
hit from
actually...
IK.
Yeah. This could work out. He has to amp up the speed fast though.
He collides in the back of Aquino.
Unfortunately. We're actually seeing someone pulse fitting in the front right now. He got very good pulse fit.
That would be open.
Yeah. But still the second and third place is for VC, so this is still not a win for our
Lifetime Musk's Kurojet, so he's gonna take 50.
Ooh,
Even
nice.
combo hits
Nice
him.
combo.
And IK, he's not really able to get through.
What is going on here?
Yeah, we see some squishes going on. Aquino has the mask,
yeah.
but he did land a back bomb on Kurojet, so he should be able to take this. And it's looking like a small point difference to one of the teams.
But yeah, very nice race from both of the teams. It seems like the top was definitely changing. Like people were getting engines, but people were not really breaking away at all.
Yeah.
So
it kind of just came down to that final lap, which is what you want to see for a commentary, because
yeah, for sure.
if it's over in the first lap, that's not very fun for us. But it does end up being a +3 for Rangers, so.
+7 for Rangers. So is this Rangers just for the league name, or is this an actual clan?
Well, they
really aware.
after they signed up to the league, they made their clan in the bot. So I guess officially this is a clan now.
Yeah. Well, good to hear that there's new clans going on, even though, to be honest, it's the same people on a different name, so it's not really a new thing, I guess. But
Hot take. I will not comment.
but it is nice to see like people still doing clans and getting people together and all that, for sure. Next up, we're going to Prehistoric Playground. Oh boy. Just only my comment is oh boy.
Oh boy. Oh yeah, I actually need to switch that, don't I? I don't know how hot it is for you, but it's been like +30 degrees all day today, so.
Yeah, I've heard it's been quite of a struggle in England. Feels bad, man.
And like, my room's on the top floor, so I'm like going up the stairs, get to my floor, and it's like the heat just gets even worse.
For me, not to want to ruin your feelings here, but for me, last 3 days have been an absolute blessing. This could be the whole summer, thank you, but I doubt it.
You're saying it was raining. I think I remember now.
Yeah, today it hasn't been raining, but it's been like really cold, so good. But yeah, let's get going to the Prehistoric Playground. As I said, oh boy, that's all I can really comment about the track. Just oh boy.
Oh boy. Kurojet and Host, we'll see what his strat is. Takes the item crate. He lands a missile on IK, so does some damage, but killed on the pad. Actually hits a second hit on IK, which causes him to have to wait a little longer before he can get blue fire back. Meanwhile in the front, Lifetime gets taken out, and Mr. P, I think that's Mr. P in first? Yeah. He's running away with this. That's weird. He's not using the default Pura skin, but on everyone's screen, including himself, it shows default Pura on his icon.
Yeah, did you know that that skin is bugged?
Oh, is it the skin?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, I never even noticed that. Wow.
Yeah, that skin doesn't have the picture for some reason. It got bugged very early on in the game, but they never fixed it.
I mean, if I never knew about it, I'm not surprised they'd never fixed it. Lifetime gets double hit with his shield on. Right after the pad, that's huge damage for him. Bottom 3 for ranges now. And it's just, who is that? IK. Who's up in the top 4 now.
Also,
although Petrol's falling behind himself. Mr. P losing blue fire, so IK is going to get the pass, and Mr. P doesn't have an item to hit him.
But at least we can see that VC actually has top 2 here. They're in a very comfortable spot. Not to say that IK just rolled a shield, so everyone in top 3 has a shield, so
And
Mr.
top
P
4.
can take any.
And top 5 have shields.
Yeah, they can roll. He can take whatever lines he wants to here, not be scared. Though I know that Mr. P is drift, so I don't know, can he really outline someone, considering how much straights does this track have, but you know, you never know. These players are sometimes, sometimes a joke. It is what it is. Anyways, we can see one of the crunches like just million yards away.
IK actually lost blue fire here, but he has double shield, so he's not going to get comboed. But Mr. P should be able to pass safely, and it's going to come down to this item set. And actually a missile for IK, that is huge for him. And Mr. P is not feeling happy about that, because to be honest, that's quite unfortunate to come against a guy who loses blue fire and has double shield rolling into a missile. Can't really blame him for losing that fight.
Yeah, but yet still just keeping a position, anything under bottom 2, which Arabs are right now, and there we go.
Actually, that looked like an Arab clock there, so Mr. P and Pedro both got hit by that. If Mr. P is able to land this bomb, which he's not able to fire it because of the clock.
Yeah, it's just not in time. But if because
IK took a trapped red beaker, or a trapped crate, he's gonna get blue fire back, and that gap's pretty big.
Yeah, and also considering the top 2 being massive and it's a last lap, this will be most likely a win for VC here. Only thing Mr. P just wants to avoid is getting hit by anything, so they can give the 7th place from even more points. What is going on in Pedro's POV, we don't know, but is he able to actually keep his placement? It seems like he wasn't. It seems like the crunch was able to take his place. So this will be a slight win for VC.
Yes. Maybe a +1.
No, it's top 2.
Top 2.
Yeah, it has to be more than +1.
Okay, but still small.
Yeah, small victory. I think it's 5 points. If I'm not mistaken.
Maybe it would have been +1 if Lifetime was an 8th. That's what I'm thinking. You'd think after 3 years I would have memorized all these point differences.
Top 2 and bottom 2 is +3. So, yeah. Top 2 is always stonks.
Stonks it is, because it has now evened out these scores.
Good to see once again, as we are commentating, that we would have at the moment at least, a tight looking war. Whenever you're commentating a war that has a 80 point difference, it becomes very very questionable to watch, especially.
You kind of have to take a hit from the copium in order to stay positive watching a match like that. But fortunately, we've got a good one today. And out of time next now. This is an Arab speciality track, so well, at least with the BBK or the Tammies, as I think they go by now. But maybe it's in their heritage, you know, the out of time.
For sure. But I have to say, I've again probably mentioned this quite many times, but out of time, man, this is something else. I have to say that even having a professional opinion about this track doesn't help me to understand why this exists as it is. Just, not good track.
Yeah,
Sorry,
I think the biggest thing holding this track back is just how the lap one plays out.
Yeah.
There's just no like consistent way to be successful on this track, thanks to the ramp. And like the first item row, that like corridor, it's like super tight, but also like it gets like super desynced. So like if you're ahead of everyone else on their screen, you're like doomed.
Yeah, agreed. Also, just like going through the tracks, since we don't have time, never mind. We'll go to the out of time now instead of talk about the tracks. We'll see what the strategies here are. Are they gonna switch to crate VC on their favor here? Because they basically have the advantage as much as I'm concerned as a host.
The host is kind of a big thing, because if you take the crate as host, it's far more likely to go left. So, although not taking the crate as host doesn't exactly guarantee it won't stay right, which is kind of what makes this track annoying, because you want the ramp to be right if you're going first.
Yeah. Also, we can see that Ryan actually rolled a mask at the start and was able to get first. They would have had top 2, but they actually still have top 3. Never mind. They would have had even higher placements if IK didn't mess up the shortcut there. Aquino is fairly close behind the default crunch here, so we'll see if he's able to outline the man.
But he's also in the danger of back spam, so...
And which just, I think, he lost fire, I think. So now the Arabs have very considerable top 3. And we can see
IK gets hit in the back, so he's going to be stuck here in 8th.
Oh,
and yeah, he's going to be pretty far back in 8th.
We can also see the crunch actually getting hit by something, so he's going to lose his placement.
Although he's actually doing engine pulse with...
Wait, who was doing engine pulse with?
The Opim here in 3rd. So he actually doesn't get caught by Kurojet. Kurojet takes that beaker, and he's... Yeah, I was about to say he's going to lose blue fire because he didn't get that landing boost off the ramp, which is a big GG on this track.
Yeah, it's extremely crucial.
But he's not... It's not too much harm because we can see IK is so far back, he probably won't even be caught.
But IK definitely still has a chance to come back to the race. Also, him being 8th is really good for Arabs because it will happen the power items that VC can basically roll. So it is really good for Arabs as long as 7th place power item doesn't happen here. Maybe even IK can get the power item and actually turn this in his favor as well. We're seeing quite a enough big distance between Mr. P and the open guy.
Sweet here with a mask. Maybe if VC are able to roll a power item in these final 2 laps, that would be enough for Mr. P to potentially break this top 3.
Yeah.
He sees the TNTs and decides to use the mask just in case he gets hit. And he has his shield after it, so an orb comes out, he could actually get 3rd place here. Although the orb is going to take the long way around, so it's going to be tight. And Openman lands the back bomb as well. That's actually a huge play, so if this item roll isn't in his favor, and it doesn't seem it will be, but he does find the missile, but it hits him, so he actually gets the position for Aquino and himself. That's actually huge. I'm surprised that missile targeted him. Maybe it was Aquino who killed him?
Yeah, but that was still enough Arabs to actually win, but that was really nice damage control from VC to not let the Arabs get too far away from them.
And it couldn't have been left any later. If that orb didn't come at that time, it would have been too late.
Yeah. This is how much again? How many points? This should be like 7 again, right? Actually, with my calculations. Yep. How is he so good with score Scopium?
Keeping things close.
Yeah, we see a lot of -7s and +7s in the scores already. Which is a good sign. Good sign. Going into Storytime Alley. I have to say I hecking love this track. But yeah. I don't know. This track doesn't quite cut it either. But I guess it's an okay war track. Still not quite on my liking. I heard
Android Annie
liked it a lot.
Yeah. An unredeemable track, horrible, worst track in the game.
Yeah.
I've explained enough times why, but quick recap.
Yeah.
Long track, least item rolls in the game. Terrible.
Yeah. Funnily enough, still some people actually prefer this, which is insanity, but hey, you can't turn everyone's mind about it. And if I have to say, the soundtrack and the track itself looks pretty cool.
Okay, it's redeemed. The music is bang. And speaking of music, let me DJ switch the track. There we are. Alhu seems to, looks like they've subbed in. Just got a message about that.
Alright. Who is he subbing? Is he subbing IK or?
I'm not sure. Although. So we got a host switch as well at halftime.
Okay.
Maybe
I have to say. Yeah, go ahead, sorry.
I think it might be IK hosting now.
I also have to say that the after Android Alley, the tracks are looking real spicy. I like how they look like.
Yeah,
real
we
spicy
got
tracks.
some strange mix. Caves in Assembly Land, pretty fun. And Oxide can be fun. Labs can also be fun, but it can also not be fun. But we'll see how that goes.
I think Oxide is fun as long as your teammate is not Majin.
Majin.
Yeah.
Pogo.
But yeah, I actually like all of the last 4 tracks, even though Engine really has this issue again, as we talked last time we just casted, that you don't really outline anyone in that, but it's simple in its own good way. Also, I feel like whenever, funnily enough, whenever you watch Oxide, Oxide seems to have a lot of chokes. Like, people seem to choke on that track, lose fire, hit walls. And also it has a shit ton of power items. Like, it feels like it's pretty much classic if Oxide has 4
Yeah.
power items.
Yeah,
So-
it's kind of weird if you play an Oxide station that doesn't have any power items on it.
Yeah. For sure.
It's funny. I feel like, you know, when they first changed the item rules,
Yep.
it was like, it felt like there were barely any power items. And like nowadays, it feels like there's a lot more, and it's just because like people are
Like,
more efficient at actually using their items and rolling items, you know?
Yeah. And
'Cause, like-
also you gotta remember the 5 laps unless you were
Well,
talking about
I mean,
competitive itself.
just in late in general, even in 5 laps.
Yeah.
It's just like people used to hold their items a lot more back in the day, and now it's like, yep. And I feel like that was one of the things, because like people always felt like when they'd play against teams like the Arabs, they were getting like really lucky with their power items. But like the thing is, you'd watch those guys play, and they're like holding items for like 2 laps straight for no reason, and then you watch the other team play, and they're rolling items every lap effectively. And it's just, it makes such a big difference.
I can definitely agree on that. On my own stream, I was actually watching a very old VOD of, I think it was Jordy's POV and Garma's POV. And I just have to say, it's just Garma holding a bomb, single bomb for 2 laps. It was literally normal. You focused so much in driving that you just couldn't, for some reason, focus on items. And not everyone remembers that, which is kind of funny.
Fhoons will be subbing in for Ryan.
Interesting switch considering Ryan was doing the best in his team. But hey, they might be just playing
Sometimes it's
for
not
fun.
all about points, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe there's other reasons to sub. And I think Alhu is a little bit more of an item focused player than Ryan, so maybe they just decided that's what they need for the team. Because, yeah, live time and Opima, they've definitely been going more on the front running side, so
Yeah.
having an extra player just focusing on the mid pack would definitely help them.
Mm-hmm. Also, just since we're waiting out of interest, so I was chatting about it earlier in the discussion. What players from Arabs actually joined to this team later on?
So just Alhus and Doom have joined in to the roster.
Alright. I'm actually super surprised that Ahmed isn't in the team. Unless he is, and I just completely forgot. But I'm pretty sure this team was these guys and then Doom and Alhut. So
Yeah.
anyway, let's get to the Android Alley finally. Excited to see what happens here.
Was Alhut using his signature polar bear?
Mm-hmm. Alright, we see IK actually getting a TNT. Let's see if he's actually still gonna pull away here. I'm not seeing anyone masking right now, so seems everyone went kind of just tight. Though it seems that Alhut actually did get hit, but IK absolutely have to use this item, and he unfortunately misses. It doesn't seem that Petro also is back spamming unless he's like now doing it. And
IK
also
loses
IK.
5, so Pedro, he's still got Opima right behind him, but he's got the lead. So it's going to depend on Opima here.
Yeah.
And we do see Aquino takes out IK to get into 3rd place. Although Opima actually does succeed on taking out Pedro, so he's going to go up into 1st now.
Yeah, we'll see if Opima is actually able to like he really needs to get these 2 Cocos in order to. I mean, they're pretty good positions right now anyway, but it would be for the best. Also, Alho just getting hit by that Nitro in the bottom.
Rojet does get red beaked. Didn't see where he got hit from. Mr. P with a mask now in 6th place behind Alhoot, who has a shield. If he's using this well, it should work out well, at least for him to gain 1. And he's chosen this nice flat ground to
also
use it.
IK actually has an engine. He should be able to do something here.
Who actually evades Mr. P's mask, and now Mr. P, yeah, he's gonna get bummed for it. He does have the missile though to fight back, and it's gonna get blocked by Alhoot. So this is kind of that item play from Alhoot that we were looking for.
Yeah, unfortunately IK wasn't able to quite nail down that pulse to catch up Aquino. It was ultra close. Also Aquino kind of probably miscommunicating there because his teammate was right in front. Also IK throwing away his bomb instead of killing Aquino again. Interesting play, but I think Aquino is not going to be on a kill range anymore, unless he does a snipe. Oh, Petro. Yeah, sorry. Messed up the people. My bad. Yeah, Petro. He's falling behind
also
now.
Potentially coming out from lifetime, and he is going to do it. But whew, he panics there because he gets very close to the train. Don't really blame him for trying to U-turn away. But it is going to cause him to miss out on that opportunity to reach Pedro now.
Yeah, and it also seems like that Opima is probably focusing more into just getting...
Orb on Kurojet, and he's firing it here. We'll see how that works out.
It looks like pretty much a perfect orb here, doesn't it?
Yeah. Live without the dodge. IK also without the dodge. And it looks like Pedro did dodge, so he's going to catch up to IK. If he doesn't take IK's red beaker, he should be able to pass him here. IK with the bomb. And he's going to use it to block the missile. But another missile from nice. Pedro is going to secure that 3rd place for him.
Yeah, it's looking really good actually.
And now 5th place, Mr. P coming the shield against IK, who doesn't have an item and just got his Sacred Fire back. Although Pedro actually took a red beaker, and IK even hit the 2nd red beaker on him. So now Mr. P is going to have to try to outline, but he doesn't have the speed, literally.
Yeah. Oh, let's
but
go.
He lands the shield snipe.
Now he just has to bomb. No, but he decides to not go for it. Interesting. Is Petro able to? Oh, he's clearing the beaker for
Gets
Petro.
Bumped by IK.
Petro. Yeah, very unfortunate. I think this is a win. Yeah, this is a win for Arabs. Yeah, like really interesting plays from both IK and Mr. P there. Like they had opportunity at least. If it would have failed, that's obviously tragic, but they had the opportunities to combo a person that they passed or help their teammate, but they just decided to throw it away. I guess it was a heat of a moment, but very interesting. But this should be quite a bit of a win for Arabs again.
1-4, yeah, 5 point.
Yeah.
But it's still within 1 top 4.
reminding you to change song. But we're going to Engine Labs. Who doesn't want to listen to some Engine Labs theme? Unfortunately, not as good one as the old one, but it is what it is.
I quite like it. I think the drums sound cool.
But it's not as good.
I think I might call that some rose-tinted glasses, or some rose-tinted AirPods, if you will.
Also, we can see, from the score perspective, that I am extremely surprised how the scores are looking at right now. Like in terms of individual points and all that, but yeah, it's still quite close. We can, I'm sure, VC able to still bring this back easily if they just get a one decent win here.
Yeah, and despite the small point difference, Ranger's been ahead this entire time, so it's
There has been one tie, the 1 point where they were tied.
1 point where it was tied.
But yeah,
The
VC
Rangers has been kind of controlling the pace. And 3 out of 6, or 4 out of 6 first places have been to them. Here we go into Engine Labs.
Alright.
And we'll see what kind of starting strats we can expect from either team. Because this track definitely comes down to starting strats. They're pretty important here. Okay, we'll be going tight. Missed the back bomb. Lifetime took TNT. Not much hits going on at the moment. 3 Arabs up in the top with Pedro. Pedro will probably want to land the shield hit. Kurojet fires the missile and potentially took out one. And he hits the direct hit missile on Opimo, which is very nice because if he fired that any further behind, it wouldn't have caught him.
Yeah, we're looking at a very decent situation for VC here. Also seeing Petro really close to IK, who has a mask right now. Also Petro using that shield, but he lost fire, so it was actually paying him
Maybe
off
he was trying to
with
slow
fire
down with that. I think he was trying to slow down with the shield hit, but he wasn't really ready for a 4th place mask.
Yeah.
But he could still be in hitting distance here, so if IK isn't careful, he might actually not make it.
Nice. A good reaction from IK. Also, we can see Oprimer actually masking all the way to Petro right now, being able to take out Petro, and now the top 4 is breaking away, and also we can see Lifetime coming in as well, with the masks. So now Mr. P and Petro has to make sure that not Kakarotu, Alhut doesn't get away here. Otherwise this might like completely shatter their dreams here. They don't want to give a big win, but again, it's top 2 right now, so they're actually still winning. But as long as they just try to keep the Alhut as behind as possible to gain more points, the better. There's not much going on right now besides struggle in the bottom 3. I feel like everyone in the top is actually shielded.
Mr. P having a rough time. He hasn't really been able to make much happen in this back. And yeah, look at that gap between top 5 and bottom 3. That is classic Engine Labs. And I feel like even at this distance, you might have to start thinking about cross hits,
And also...
IK losing his shield though, that could put a spanner in the works if Courage doesn't have a shield, so he can back spam here and potentially take out a few of these players behind him. But he has the shield now, so... An orb coming out.
Alhout doesn't get hit by it, which is actually very tragic for VC, because now I would say that the Arabs are in a one whole power item away from them actually catching up.
But it's going to be difficult because they only have the 6th place to really roll anything, unless they get very lucky and roll one in 5th.
Oh, there you go, another orb. This
Another
could actually
orb.
change it for them.
And IK's going to get hit in a bad spot. Lifetime has the shield. And a clock as well.
Wow.
From Mr. P.
They should try to use this already.
And
there we go. We were both able to dodge as
unfortunately,
well.
Oh,
No. No,
Petro doesn't get through.
But that's good though. That's really good for a team VC right there.
I think they can be happy with those 2 positions for sure.
Yeah,
it's unfortunate that Petro wasn't able to roll a mask at the end there to dodge it.
He was able to actually dodge it. I'm pretty sure.
I don't think he did
bomb.
because he was slowing down at the drop down.
Oh. But yeah, they actually got what they asked for though. Like what I was talking about. Like 1 power item even wasn't enough, but they got 2. That was exactly what VC needed there. Take up the dub. It wasn't as as big as it could have been, unfortunately, but bigger win is a win. It was actually still 7 points. Good to see. Mystery caves. Ah, that's all I'm gonna say again. Oh my god. I'm gonna DM you something real quick.
I actually closed my blinds because the insects are starting to get in.
There we go. All right, but yeah, but it's still only 5 points different though, which is very nice to see. We're on the 3rd last track. I'm expecting great things here. And again, can I just mention that it has been minus and +7 for 4 tracks. So we're seeing very same wins and losses here.
Looks like Mr. P's stream froze. Ooh, did you see that?
Yeah.
Weird. That was weird.
He went in another dimension for a second.
Might have to resync his. I'm actually just gonna refresh his completely. There we go. Ooh. Okay, well, I'll try and get that sorted, but in the meantime, Mystery Caves is underway.
And we can also see, again, like, one guy going wide, unfortunately not actually, I think, even getting an item. Maybe I missed it, canister or something. And we can see that we have a possible top 2 here for VC if they're able to take IK out here. It seems that he rolled a missile, which... Wow, okay, that was a really painful choke there with the missile. Actually able to take him off right there. That is a really unfortunate for IK there. He was able to easily take out Mr. P, but quite did not land the missile.
And only top 3 that Fhoons is looking to deny. It's right behind Kurojet. And Kurojet, he's got the bomb. And he's going to take off Fhoons' shield by the looks of it. But what does Fhoons have under that shield? Kurojet now has a shield for himself. And if I were him, I'd be probably slowing down a little bit. But it looks like Fhoons slowing down himself preemptively.
Yeah, and the
Maybe
problem
overestimating or misjudging Kurojet's playstyle. And a double shield now, so Kurojet, he can feel a bit safe, but Fhoons coming in fast, and the right item for Fhoons could make all the difference.
Yeah, we can definitely see that Alhut is catching up to Kurojet hard. I mean, again, as I said, these players just like have been having a break, so not trying to disrespect here at all. It is like understandable.
First shield down for Kurojet, and a little bit of pulse from IK.
So we can see
Seemed like
that
Fhoons actually got taken out or something, because the gap is growing now.
he disconnected, it seems. No, he just stopped. What? That's really weird. We can see though that Lifetime, I think, is holding a mask right now. I wonder if they're waiting for a power-up item opportunity, but I'm pretty sure top 3 has a shield, so yeah.
It might just be that that Fhoons trying to help IK catch up, and they're trying to get Pedro in 8th.
Akino, yeah. That's Akino. Yeah, Akino was able to pulse it away, far away from Alhut. Almost Opemir maybe getting caught here. If Akino is able to get him, this is a massive win for VC.
But it's not quite.
It doesn't seem like anything is happening in there. Oh, Akino seemed to die. Yeah, so Akino will probably fall in last. Yeah.
And
it was a nice try nonetheless. He was able to almost secure 6th or even 5th place, and I mean that's still a huge win for
a few
VC.
position glitches. I didn't see exactly where Opemir actually finished.
Opemir killed Akino, so I think he was 5th.
We'll go with that. It doesn't really matter that much.
Yeah. Opemir was 5th because he killed Akino in the very end before. I keep saying Kakaro. Alhut and Aikio was able to actually catch up.
It does get like that when your teammates have top 3, you're basically just 1v4ing them in the back. It's very difficult to have a top 3 and not be 8th.
Yeah. But hey, you were saying earlier that we haven't seen VC winning yet. Now they are. Now they're just gonna hold up the points. They're 6 points ahead, which is not a lot. But if they can get a dub here, it could look very, very, very good for VC here. But definitely both teams have a chance to still win this one.
You're heading into Oxide Station. It's our penultimate race. Word of the day for you, penultimate, second to last.
Mm-hmm. Oxide Station. Well, as we talked already earlier with Revvylo a little bit here, that this track is very good track for Arabs. Not only that, but this is also usually a power item mayhem. You never know what happens, and you never know how many power items it is, and very rarely you have a situation where there's like No power items.
Yeah. No wonder. I think that Velo's Champions logo might be a bit old. 'Cause it seems...
You think? I think it's the
Well, it's not the logo itself, it's just cropped badly. Here we go. There we go. It was too small, that's the problem.
Yeah, Revy, you should have paid attention to it more.
Over West's favorite track here in the chat. Oxide Station. I would have thought he would say Tiny Arena, but come to think of it,
I would have assumed him saying Dragon Mines actually.
did Over West have a world record on this track at one point? I think he did. I guess he's in the chat, he can confirm if that's true or not. Seems to be a piece of information in my head. I feel like most of my memories in general are this game.
So I'd like to mention that iKill is now deciding to use Megumi instead of Crunch, so I hope not that many characters were actually changed, but just know that that is going to be a rub. We can also see a very good start for the VC here. If they're able to get, which they are able to get IK away, it's looking a very good breakaway for the two Cocos. But is Mr. P able to get Opemir out and get the top 3? Unfortunately, it doesn't seem that it was possible, but they broke away with top 2, which is exactly what they need. A 100% win at the moment is like all they want. Also, we can see Lifetime doing a bit of a choke there, but it's only a first lap and he has a mask under, so he should be able... Oh, also IK making the same mistake a little bit later.
Yeah, it looks like maybe some tight items making it difficult for them to drive. And a little bit of a sandwich going on. See, one of the crunches is a hit, so he's likely going to lose his position here to Jet's missile. Blocks the first missile, so it's not going to work out, but Mr. P should be able to land a back bomb on him. And after the pad will be extra effective.
And he was able
to hit, so
yeah, that is really good for VC. Matter of fact, I think that if they keep these positions, they win the whole thing.
Yeah, I think this is a win scenario as it stands, but Alhu and an orb from IK that can definitely take the wind out of their sails.
But they do have shields in 5 and 4, which is probably right now the positions that...
They're firing it now, and if Alhu isn't dodging this, it could actually be very bad for them.
Dodge. What about Alhut? Dodge.
He does dodge, and
everyone
players in front also do dodge, so...
Another fire item is needed.
Although this is now dangerous for Alhu because he's got 2 items, 2 players in front with no shield, and he is in back spam range.
But he can also try to back spam the other 2, which is actually necessary in order to not lose the whole thing. But they're doing really well right now, just taking it slow, safe, because they can do it. There's no way Lifetime, even with all the masks in the world, unless they do extremely wide lines, to be able to catch up here. We have only 1 lap to go, and he has to take quite extreme here. Also, we can see him actually holding a shield.
Has the shield, so yeah, the Arabs are really looking for an orb now, or a clock, and they've only got 1 more lap to do it, so they have to be really trying here.
I have to mention, Alhut is catching up to Aquino.
Yeah, and he might even be going for the shield hit.
This is all about Alhout now. His team is out. But if he can get first here, he will actually give them a chance to still win. It will be an insane good damage control if he's able to catch up to Aquino here. I think second place isn't enough though. He has to get first, which is extremely bad for him. And he was.
And he does get hit, so that's gonna be even maybe a top 4 now.
Oh, he was he got hit by Red Beaker. Yeah, this is a massive loss to Arabs, which actually cost them the whole league here. Sorry, the match here. Sorry.
Not quite elimination yet for Rangers.
Yeah. But they are at least gonna lose this one. So good job to VC right here. Good freaking job. You guys mashed it in the Oxide Station, which we were saying that it's an Arab track. So they were getting a very decent breakaway there. So
that's kind of the thing. Despite being behind the whole time, they never lost their will, and they managed to bring it back, and they brought it back convincingly. And I think VC can be happy with this match today, because they put up a good fight. Let's see here. Plus 25. Our final race will be assembly lane, and now Rangers can try and make it look close, which it really was up until now. And like, even now, this is the biggest point difference we've had in general.
Yeah, for sure. So this was definitely an interesting match to watch, no matter what happens in the last race and how the points are going to look like. It was very close until this top 4. This music. DJ's falling asleep as usual. I fucking love assembly line.
Rare in the chat, watching from the sidelines.
Anton Pogo.
Okay. We need to get Anton as our full-time DJ for these streams.
Yeah.
That's what, we need. So we get like a music bot in the Discord channel, and he's just like typing in the songs, in the commands.
Alright, and there we go. We start the race. Let's see, so Mr. P again.
Purple Missiles on live time. He's gonna get 2 players here. Maybe even Pedro, but Pedro's got a TNT regardless.
Lifetime was squished by Mr. P, but
he gets squished, but he's
right back.
Trading, and Mr. P, the triple bomb combo sets him back a little bit. Meanwhile in the front, IK with the shield, and top 3 for the Arabs, so It's a little bit late for them now they're out of the match, but
At
they're
least they can
making
make it again look close. Trying their best to make it look close. It's not confirmed yet. Also, a little bit of a side note, since nothing is happening. It's so weird that Rift looks like that it has 150 fire when it has 3 drifts.
Yeah. Honestly, like, it's kind of hard to tell. Like, Drift, it's like the lines he takes, like the turning radius isn't crazy different. It's just like a little bit more nimble, you know?
Yeah, agreed. But yeah, it's honest to God, what can I say, guys? There hasn't been really much going on in our POVs. They've been holding the top 3 here.
Asked for lifetime, and he's waiting for the right opportunity because he could definitely make this top 4.
Ooh, a clock for
Clock.
Mr. P here.
And if they use it now, this could be catastrophic because lifetime is in the mask now. He's not getting a second item roll, so he probably won't reach Pedro here.
But yeah, Petro will
But this
be
clock will actually, I'd expect they're going to use it right now.
Yeah. No?
Maybe?
Where are they waiting?
Okay, there it is.
Okay.
Maybe waiting for
No,
this.
Petro actually got insta-hit, by the way.
Oh,
Or then he got hit by the clock because they weren't fast enough with the
yeah.
clock here.
Definitely, I'm not sure what was going on with that because that looked like the perfect opportunity to use it right there.
Yeah.
But Mr. P, he's coming through regardless, and he'll take out lifetime here before the shortcut. He does lose fire in the process, so top 3 probably unscathed, but it's gonna get rid of lifetime's opportunity to take top 4.
Yeah, at least top 2 shouldn't be changing at all anymore.
Jet without an item.
There's a little bit some trolling going on.
We do love trolling. Mr. P, shield in 6th, and looks like Aquino might be coming through with a mask, so...
Oh, we have some Fisk missiling going on in here. Interesting gameplay, I must say.
Get a bit of deja vu from that.
Oh no. But yeah, the obviously top 2 won't be changed, but actually Alhut, I wasn't listening.
Yeah, well,
he actually got caught up.
as soon as he said that, the top 3 was changed.
Yeah. But something happened there, but it is what it is. The last race was quite a bit just, but it is what it is.
Yeah, an anticlimactic ending, but since the match was kind of already over at that point.
Yeah.
Lifetime not rewarded for the Fisk missiling. Probably as it should be.
Yeah.
So he will be in 8th place.
So hey, GG's for both teams. Both played well. I have to say that the top 4 in Oxide Station was very nice. Love to see that from BC. Still having the, still able to win, getting those dub skis. You love to see it. Also, GG's to Arabs as well. They kept it very tight until, unfortunately, the Oxide. And yeah, what can I say?
It was looking
GG's
like
for
their
both
match for a good time. But
and it was until the second last race.
VP with this slow simmer. And that will conclude that match. And honestly, kind of surprising to have a match today. First day of the matches being announced.
Oh,
See, I
good
haven't
thing.
even got the
Get some
stream set
content.
up properly. It's still in round 2.
We get some content.
Yeah, some early content. But I don't think we have any other matches scheduled already. So you'll have to stay posted on that. I'd expect you'll be seeing most of the matches happening over the weekend. The last race scores are wrong. What have I done wrong?
You have 2 4th places. You have
So what's
Ryan.
the 4th places? I don't know what the deal
Sorry,
with that
4th
is.
places. That's 5th. Sorry, my bad. I joked, but 4 points.
Yeah. It's always those like middle spots that I get wrong.
Yeah, no problem. I got your Revy. I actually saw the score difference being wrong, but I waited until someone in the chat actually noticed.
Testing the chat, you know.
Yeah.
Making
good
sure
job,
everyone's
guys.
still watching the stream,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah, thumbs up, Dash. You know this. Good job.
This is the Turing test. We haven't got view bots.
Yeah.
But there we have it. Plus 20 for Velo's champions, and they will be going into the 2-1 bracket next week. And on the other end, Rangers, they'll be facing elimination next week, so they're going to want to be getting prepared for that.
But yeah,
But I
GG's.
think,
I don't have anything else to say besides I have to smoke, so you can comment your things, but I am done though.
Alright, well, thank you for joining me today as usual, Fhoons, and thank you for everyone watching. And we will depart here, so join the Discord if you're not already, because that is where all the information you will find is. And until next time.